So for researchers, I think that the whole peer review system in this moment is suffering a big crisis because it's harder and harder to find good reviewers to papers because the number of papers just increases and the number of reviewers doesn't. Because again, the number of reviewers is most of the time is the set of people that a given editor know that a given editor can reach out. And this set is limited, but the number of papers I ask an editor to handle is growing. So the challenge for researchers is to do a lot of work, and most of this work is done for free. So it's not going to be, say, cannot continue like this. And I don't know. I mean, the challenge for the researchers is to be able to select a good review and to be able to say no when they don't want to do a review. So the diversity comes in peer review when there is diversity in science. And this is still something which is quite missing. I mean, the interaction of people from different cultures do not interact scientifically a lot. So from this point of view, I think that the diversity in peer review will come when there is diversity in science interaction.
I think that researchers do have to play a key role in that evolution, and it's not an easy one because at the end of the day, they are the one who will take maybe the most, the more risks in that kind of transitions, because as of today, researchers are evaluated in their works mostly based on the publications that they have and on the impact factors of these publications. And we all know how this is criticized from all parts, but it's not moving very fast. So at some point, if we want peer review to evolve, it means that us researchers, we're going to have to take the risk of publishing works in innovative journals that will be less acknowledged by the community than the majors are. And we will need to put pressure on the people evaluating us, which most of the time is actually our own colleagues, to make sure that our works are not evaluated only based on some aggregated impact factor, but actually includes other things. For instance, as of today, we take very little consideration for the reviewing work that is performed by researchers. And I think that at some point we should have a reputation not only as producers of science, but also as reviewers of science, because I'm convinced that reviewers have a key role in the verification and in the improvement of results. So I could think of knowing colleagues from who I would think they are not excellent at building up cutting results, but they are excellent at dealing with new ideas and helping improving them. And that would be extremely important. I would say that the key challenge for researchers is to take the risk of getting involved and of investing in non-standard publication processes, and that's real risk career-wise. I would say that we need to struggle to include the reviewer work in our evaluations, and we need to make sure that the way we are evaluated is not based only on an aggregated impact factor, but that people actually take time to really read what we write and understand why it's important for the community or not.
Peer review started about 300 years ago in UK, and they first start to introduce a peer review. It was from the transaction of Royal Society, and the peer review process was the first one in the 17th century, which is important to know. So many fields in physics have evolved drastically the last 10 years, and particularly in domains such as related to key problem in society, such as energy, nanotechnology, which is health, quantum information, many fields which evolve a lot in recently and which are very important challenge for researchers to progress. And the diversity of journals, of course, is a proof of this evolution. I hope researchers will still publish this paper and that they will be stimulated.
Yeah, the researchers are very busy people and very often prefer to refrain from the peer review process. This is a big difficulty for us and for all the journals, especially for scientists who have no time to closely follow state-of-the-art developments, maybe because of their deep development in administrative issues and duties. Accomplishing a peer review task is very challenging, especially when it concerns manuscripts submitted to journals of high quality standards as it is our journal. So this is a big challenge, I consider. They maybe perhaps when a new manuscript is submitted, the authors can include in the list of suggested reviewers at least one potential reviewer with diverse background in order to push more diversity. But this, of course, has to be a recommendation by the journal. We haven't done this in our journal because we are a relatively young journal, and certainly this is something that should be done very soon.